What's up, everybody? Yeah. Good evening. My name is Taylor Crenshaw, and I am a live events producer here at KQED. Give it up for me. Y'all like this yellow I got on? Yeah, I just wore it just for you because y'all so special. This is when y'all say, "Aw." I love that. For those of you who don't know, KQED is Northern California's PBS NPR member station, and our mission is to inform, inspire, and involve. Give it up for involving. Right? We all want to be included. Our live events program aims to bring our amazing journalism to the stage, and you can see a full lineup of our performances, our food tastings, our trivia nights, and more at kqed.org/live. Give it up for events. Yes. Now, okay, raise your hand if you are already a KQED member. Hi, friends. Give it up for the friends. Raise your hand if you are not a KQED member. Hi, new friends. Give it up for people who are going to be a part of the family. For you guys who haven't joined yet, we would love for you to be a member. And supporting KQED means supporting local journalism that truly matters, especially today. Am I right? Okay. Plus, when you join, you get some pretty sweet benefits. And as an events girly myself, some of my favorite benefits are select discounts and early access to tickets. So we have events that sell out super quickly. For my KQED member fam, raise your hand again. You know that you get exclusive tickets, discounted tickets, new KQED fams, you want that. And then my second favorite, drum roll please. I love the pitter patter. Is that we give advance notice of free member-only special exhibition viewings with other cultural institutions. So think SF MoMA, think the Botanical Gardens, think the Fine Arts Museum of San Francisco. So who's in a relationship in the house tonight? It's for you. Who's single? Y'all looking for the places to go. That's the best place on a hunt. Okay. Now, there's a QR code that's going to pop up behind me, and for a donation of $150 a year, you get a KQED artisanal chocolate. Who likes chocolate? And not me. No, I don't come in the mail. It's the chocolate that you eat, the other chocolate. And it's made by Milena from the Chocolate Bar. It's a local East Bay chocolate company who's been featured on the stage, and it has notes of ginger and coffee. So very exotic. Okay, you want it. It's only $150 for a bunch of... You get great membership benefits as well. But that chocolate, though. Okay. And I'll leave it up to you to distinguish which is sweeter, the chocolate or the benefits. Okay, y'all tell me. All right, I want to give a huge thank you to our sponsors that make KQED Live possible. We just saw a bit from them in the video. So that's San Francisco Symphony, that's Comcast Business, that's Genentech, and we are so grateful to them for their commitment to supporting our mission and culture in the Bay Area. Give it up for our sponsors. Give it up for the money in this economy. I feel like somebody should stand to their feet for that. Okay. Enough from me. So tonight is all about storytelling in the Bay. Crazy stories, wild stories. We're really going to go on a ride here. And now you're going to hear for the man behind the event series and also the organization that throws the event series full circle. Y'all, ladies, gentlemen, people, please give it up for Techline. Give it up louder for Techline.
Make some more noise for Taylor, everybody. Make some more noise for Taylor. I think we gotta check the audio for Mellis. Are you having a good time? Make some noise. Okay, thank you so. There we go. Okay, clap it up for Mellis. This is my brother Mellis. One of the Bay Area's, one of the whole world's best DJs. Thank you guys so much for coming out. As Taylor mentioned, I am the founder and producer of Full Circle Comedy. Full Circle is a pop-up comedy and music series I'm based in New York, but we've taken it touring to the Bay, LA, Chicago, Philly, DC. We're doing our second annual festival in New York next week. So if you have any friends in New York, we're free to shout them out. But yeah, we started off really small, actually, literally in my basement. There's about 50 people. Our shows last year went as big as 800 people. And so we've done it in a lot of different places. We really wanted to make it accessible to people who look like us. A lot of comedy clubs are dark and smelly. You know, a lot of people don't want to hang out there, right? So we took them indoors, but also outdoors. One of my friends owned a cafe and bar in Brooklyn called Cafe Rizzulli. They had a beautiful backyard. I did shows on my rooftop. And when the pandemic happened, I was kind of already the outdoor comedy show guy. And I got a little bit of clout during that whole 2020 thing. And now KQD's calling me, so clap it up for us. This is my mom's favorite station. Very thankful to be here in San Francisco. I'm from the Bay. Clap it up if you're from the Bay Area. Yeah, okay. Clap it up if you're a gentrifier. They tend not to shout it out. I'm a gentrifier now, too. I live in New York. Hey, I get it. Sometimes you got to go where you got to go. No, but I'm kind of all over from the Bay, truly a Bay Area kid. Oakland. Anybody from Oakland? Okay. Alameda? All right. What high school? Okay. Shout out Alameda. I also lived in San Jose. Anybody from the South Bay? Okay. I went to UC Davis, lived in Sacramento for a little bit. Anybody? Okay. Good to see y'all. The last place I lived before moving to New York was San Francisco. Clap big from San Francisco. Okay. I was the last black man in San Francisco. That was a biopic. It was horrible for my mental health, amazing for playing basketball, though. It was dunking on a lot of data scientists between 25 and 2017 when I lived here. And honestly, when Trump won in 2016, I was like, fuck it, all right? White people were having fun. I deserve that, too. And I started doing some comedy, and it's going well. So clap it up for us one more time. So we have an amazing comedy show. Again, we do all different types of stories, all different types of comedy shows. It's been a part of our storytelling series. We have 8 comedians and storytellers from the Bay who are going to tell some really funny experiences for you guys. But we want to set the stage on a little bit about talking about, the Bay Area and what makes stories here, important and special. So we do have a few panel of Bay Area experts for you guys. You all ready for some Bay Area experts? Clap it up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Dage, Penn, and Mahalit. Hey, welcome to KQD. We made it, y'all.
We made it.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Crazy.
I didn't want to come back to San Francisco unless I was taking over it, so we're doing it. We have some amazing guest panels. These are some of the coolest people in my phone. Dage's my old roommate. He's one of the inventors of turf dancing. He's a DJ, producer, and a political communication specialist for the city of Oakland. Please clap it up for Dage. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. And to his right, we have one of my best friends, Mahalit. Clap it up for Mahalit. She is one of the part owners of the Oakland Equity Collective. And she's also the owner and CEO of the Mellow Cannabis brand. Give it up for Mahalit. And to his right, if you guys know anything about KQED, if you've ever listened to a good podcast in your life, we have the cultural correspondent, the journalist of the Bay Area, my brother, Penn Darvis. Cut up for Penn, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us and breaking down Bay Area stuff with y'all. So we're going to talk about a lot of different things Bay Area. We got some Bay Area music. We got some Bay Area jokes. But I want to set the stage on, just the Bay Area-ness. What are some attributes that make someone a good Bay Area storyteller? What does a good Bay Area storyteller look like to you? Mahalit, I see your face reacting.
I would say lingo, the lingo that they use, their mannerisms when they share their story, pop their collar, do a quick two-step while they sharing their story. I think those all embody a great storyteller.
There is something very musical about Bay Area storytelling. I think that's a good point.
The lingo, the vocabulary. Am I on? Check. All right, yeah, the lingo, the vocabulary. You have to have an extensive vocabulary in order to paint the perfect picture about this society.
Yo,
The city we live in, yeah.
that's real. Living in New York, I love New York. I'm thankful to be out there. Sometimes I get made fun of for using big words. And I thought about it like all of our favorite rappers used big words in the Bay.
But you have to use them at the wrong time or just at the unexpected time.
It's like the people on
That's
the
how
East Coast remove syllables. We fuck around and add syllables. Too Short added a syllable to biatch. We make our words longer, if anything. No, that's real. That's a good call out. Dogge?
I think what makes a good Bay Area story is you have to, sometimes you might not get the word, but the context. You have to wait for the context to understand. Because somebody can make up a word right there on the spot that you don't know. Like, I'm still confused as a Bay Arean, but with context, you know what that word means, if that makes any sense. It's like, oh, he was saying that. But it's at the end of the sentence that you have to put it together.
They almost got to act it out for you.
Yeah.
It's damn near improv.
Context is everything. Like,
Right.
you feel me. You feel me is my favorite term.
It means nothing but so much.
Nothing
Because
but
he had the you feel me on him. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? You feel me? Yeah.
And bruh.
bruh.
Bruh is important.
Bruh is a sentence. Bruh is a
Period.
complete sentence.
I usually around like a second or third date for me in New York, like after a couple IPAs, the bro will slip out. And the look of disgust on a Northeastern woman's face when did you just call me a bro? It's like, no, I just fuck with you. They don't care.
They don't get it.
They don't
romantic.
get it.
They don't get it.
They don't get it, man. And I'm so thankful to be out here again. One more time for KQD for bringing us. I'm so thankful to be out here. Being in New York when Kendrick's album, that whole situation dropped, no one cared. They didn't feel it. I couldn't town drop with anybody. It was not the same. I'm thankful to experience these Bay Area moments with you guys. Okay, so along the theme, growing up, who were some of the best Bay Area storytellers that you knew? It doesn't have to be. It could be a celebrity. It could be anyone in the culture. It could also be someone you grew up with. When you think of a good Bay Area storyteller growing up, who are the people that come to mind for you?
I'll start. It's this rapper named LD's. He's from Oakland, and I didn't know he was a rapper back then, but I was working at Home Depot in Emeryville, and he was in the paint department. And I was working in the paint department. He taught me so much and told me so many Bay Area stories and things that I knew, but he was like putting it together, and he was just many dude. And then he was just the best storyteller. He was like, I don't know, he was like a town historian. And then these motherfuckers tried to move me for the paint department, and I was like, I'm going to college. If I can't work with dudes, if I can't work with LDs, I'm out of here. I need an education, dog. He made me forget that I needed an education. That's how cool LDs was. But he's a rapper.
Nice.
And a mentor.
And a mentor.
We got it, our mentorship looks different. Mahala, what about you?
Oh man. I mean, I feel like my cousins are great storytellers. I have one in particular that he doesn't even have to say nothing, and you just already laughing because you already know what's about to come out his mouth. But also outside of that, this is gonna be random, but when I go to the gas station and there's dope fiends, but they're not dope fiends, but the ones that kick it in front of the gas stations.
Yeah. They're on the climb up economically.
Man, amazing storytellers while you're pumping your gas.
Hey, we're all in different stages of the economic
Yeah, they're
climb up.
on their way.
That's where they're at right now. Yes.
But a lot of them I've come across when I'm waiting in lines at the gas station or even pumping my gas, get a quick, cool story in while I'm waiting. But it's catchy. That's the trippy part that I actually don't want to leave. Like, no, finish your story. I'm here. we here now. So I would say that. And then my family too. I would say they're
Yeah,
dope
no,
storytellers.
that's a good call. Everyone has good stories, and also you got to get someone to like, you got to set the mood for a story. I feel like that's part of what you're saying. You know, people who like, you're already ready to laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Penn, what about you?
I'm so many people, but what comes to mind is you said, Doug, like the people who tell stories without necessarily using words. So an artist, Keek the Sneak, he'll mumble when he raps, and he does that in interviews. And so I interviewed him. Oh, this was on the heels of Hurricane Katrina. There was a benefit concert happening in downtown Oakland, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you feel me? I was born in Alabama," and he was like, "This is amazing. This is great. It's family history." But he's just kind of like, he talks in cursive, you know. And so yeah, both him in his music and also him in person. It's just
Yeah, just I think a lot of what we're saying is the musicality of the Bay Area, you know, and everything that we do. Okay, so we're gonna hear some amazing Bay Area stories. We have about 5 minutes. But when you think about a wild Bay Area story or two that comes to mind for you, I know all you guys have lived rich, full Bay Area lives. You know, what comes to mind first for you guys?
I would say, you know, just the regular house parties that we used to go to that didn't really last long. Yeah. Oh, and then when I got caught in a sideshow and ended up enjoying my time in the sideshow.
If you haven't got caught in a sideshow, are you from the Bay Area?
Right. Made a wrong left at the wrong time and got caught in the middle of a sideshow. And at first I was scared, but then after a while I was like, this ain't that bad. This is actually a good time. I'm having a great time here. I met people in the cars next to me because obviously we're all stuck. So, you know, you just get out, make friends. They're doing their sideshow thing, exchange numbers, and now we here.
I love a good shot. I love a good sideshow myself. However, I graduated high school in 06. I don't know if there's any kind of old, kind of young people here, but I was a big Alicia Keys fan at the time. Note the time. And Diary had just came out. This is 2006. And, you know, I'd been to a few sideshows, but I went to the Coliseum that night just thinking about the beautiful musicality of Alicia Keys. And leaving the Coliseum, we got stuck in a sideshow, and I was like, if we can't have Alicia Keys concerts without a sideshow, we got to get it together. But besides that, all my sideshow experiences were fun. Doggy, what about you?
My experience is a sideshow. So there was an Usher concert while we were on the subject R&B. It was an Usher concert at the Concord Pavilion. We obviously weren't going there inside, but we were going there anyway. So,
Parking lot.
yeah. So after it was over, we found the sideshow somewhere.
What year is this?
03.
Okay.
We found the sideshow somewhere in Walnut Creek, and then, yeah, crazy. So we followed the sideshow in Walnut Creek. Then everybody but myself went into every gas station and took all the chips, all the beef jerkies, all the Red Bulls.
You get tired during a sideshow.
Yeah,
Nutrients.
yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody just raided all the gas stations from here to the freeway, and then we couldn't find anybody. So the sideshow breaks up, and that's what the police do. They try to like put barriers so people can like get lost, and they can't find each other. We made it to the tunnel, and there was these guys, these Latino guys, Hispanic guys that were just next to us in a Camaro, and we just looked at each other, didn't say anything, and just stopped in the Caldecott Tunnel.
This is the Catacult Tunnel.
Caldecott Tunnel sideshow.
You started the Caldecott Tunnel sideshow.
Literally, me and these two other cars that we did,
I don't
and
know
we
the
had a
statute
full.
of limitations.
I mean, not me. I was just
Okay,
there.
right. You saw it. You saw it. Yeah.
And yeah, we just had a food fight with all the food from the gas stations, and it was lit. And then we were just riding on the walls in the dirt. It was, I mean, allegedly.
We have like 1 minute left. Penn, anything real quick?
Off the heels of
yeah, how do I follow that up?
No.
I once went to the sideshow, right?
Nah.
In my friend's mom's stolen car. Not saying who stole the car. And the car got towed, and then we had to walk from 106 to Berkeley.
Ooh.
Because we couldn't go back to his house, clearly. In the rain.
An Oakland marathon?
It was such a beautiful... No, the sun was rising as we crossed into Berkeley, and the clouds started parting. and we never went to a sideshow again. That and the time that I interviewed people after Michael Jackson died, that was crazy. Just like breaking the news that Michael Jackson died in downtown Oakland.
You were just walking around interviewing people, or
How do you feel about Michael Jackson dying? And people were like, what, he died? And then this one woman was like, what, that was my cousin. And then she followed me around the whole time. It wasn't his cousin.
What was this, like Civic Center? Like what?
I was working for youth radio, so I started off 17th and Broadway. And
Perfect.
Trying to make my way almost to Chinatown and then back around.
That's literally where everyone's doing Michael Jackson dances anyway, so.
Right now.
Yeah. This is an amazing start for our Bay Area experts. Please clap it up for our Bay Area experts. We're going to bring them back out at the end of the show. We do have a couple funny words we'll get into, but one more time, please clap it up for our Bay Area experts. That is the first song that has been played at KQED, so that's the first time. Thank you, Melis, for that. All right, we have an amazing show for you guys. As I mentioned, we do have some fun, satirical awards that we're going to be giving out to some of the storytellers. So at the end of the show, you'll be using this QR code that's going to be popping on the stage. Come on, we got tech help. Look at us at KQED. What? This is amazing. And we have a couple awards that you guys will be voting on. One is the most traumatic story. You guys can use whatever attributes trauma means to you. You know, we're going to let that up to your own discretion. The power is given back to the people. And then our second award is going to be the biggest plot twist. And then the Bay Area experts are going to be voting for the most Bay Area story. Are you guys ready for an amazing show? Make some noise. Okay, so this is still a comedy show. I know that we're at KQED, but we're here to laugh, right? So we need some more energy, all right? Are y'all ready for some more comedy? Make some noise. All right, again, we have 8 amazing storytellers and comedians who are going to be telling up to 5-minute stories that happen in the Bay Area. Your first comedian is honestly one of the funniest comedians in the Bay Area. He's from San Francisco. You've seen him all over the city. Please clap it up for the very funny Kasim Bentley.
I'm doing that, Mike? All right, I'm a professional. Don't worry about it. What's going on, guys? You guys doing good? This looks like a nice NPR crowd. Everyone's here. Bunch of tote bags and donors here. This is nice. All right, we got these guys over here. You know what I mean? Look like a black podcast about love. You know here. All right. Look, all right, let's get into it. Like, a lot of you guys aren't from here. A lot of you guys from, like, West Bumblefuck and Walnut Creek, you know what I mean, out here. It doesn't matter. But, like, I'm from here. I've been doing comedy about 18 years. And when you do comedy in the Bay Area, it gets, everyone has the same kind of background, you know what I mean? Like at some point you meet like a janky promoter, you know? And there's nothing better than like a San Francisco or Oakland janky promoter. And here's the story. Like 2009, I'm killing that open mic, destroying, right? I get off the stage and this brother from the East Bay comes out, like real player, but turned like promoter. He's like, hey brother, you know what I mean? And you know how pimps they always talk like they got asthma or they're playing like a piano, you know what I mean? He's like, hey brother, right? I got a show for you. And I was like, what is it? He's like, it's this Friday and tomorrow night you'll be opening for a funk band. And I'm like, Doc, I don't want to do that. I'm getting surgery like for my teeth. I don't need to do it. He's like, it's $250, right? And up at that point, I had never made that much money. So I'm like, look, it's just an abscess. How bad could it get, right? You know, cut to the next day. I'm just full of just like oxy and clove oil that I've gotten from the Ashby flea market, right? You know what I mean? And I get there, it's like in an abandoned restaurant turned club. And it's like about this many people, but in a room a third of this size, right? So everyone's kind of crammed in and I can see them, but everyone in the back is in the dark, right? And it was just me, the comic host who wasn't really a comic, and this Bay Area funk band. You're like your typical Bay Area funk band. About like 4 guys that work at Kaiser, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like 2 black guys, a Mexican, and a white guy. You know what I mean? It looks like the guy in the 3rd row over here, you know, with a fedora. You know. So then I come in late, right? And then the host is up, and he's not even like a real comic. He's just doing like this karaoke, like this Def Jam karaoke. So he's on stage just humping a stool, talking about, you ever been in the pussy, right? And I'm like, all right. And he's doing good, right? And I'm like, if he's doing good, I'm gonna murder, right? So he gets off stage like, all right, you next, boss. And I go up there, and it's mostly like parents. And so I start talking about being a teacher and a social worker, and I'm doing real good. Like things are going crazy. Everyone's jumping around. The DJ's like, bow, 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 you know what I mean? And then I do this joke about being a math teacher with bad kids. And it does all right, but then there's one woman in the back in the darkness said, I don't want to hear nothing about no math. Talk about some real stuff, right? And everyone's like, ooh. And there was this white guy who looked like a fire marshal. He's like, okay, right? And I'm there, and then it was wild, right? And then she was there, and I hate to be graphic, but you ever like see a woman with like an aggressive bustier, you know what I'm saying? Like her breasts go from happy to angry, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, hey, you know about math. You got some math titties, you know what I'm saying? I bet when your husband titty fucks, you looks like a percentage sign, right? The whole crowd goes crazy. DJ's losing his mind and shit. And I thought I was doing well. And then out of the darkness comes a chicken wing, right? And it was like, and I dodge it, and the whole crowd goes, ah! They all lose their mind, right? And then the white guy was like, this is the blackest thing I've seen all week. This is crazy. So I said, you gotta do better than that, percentage titties, right? And then 6 wings come, and I'm trying to dodge them like the Matrix, you know what I'm saying? And I think I'm fast like a Samoan, right? But I'm getting hit with wings and stuff, and it's like in slow-mo, like pow, 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 pow. And then this old black lady in the back said, run, right? And it was getting so bad. The booker, the pimp dude said, all right, give it up at Cassine, right? He brings me on stage. I'm wiping like sweat. It's like Baby Ray. So I got molasses in my eyes. And then he puts his hand on me. He says, you didn't do good tonight, player, right? And he gives me like my check wrapped in a napkin, right? Okay, then cut to 3 years later, same open mic. I'm doing bad, y'all. It's not going good, right? I kill again at the open mic. He comes at it again from another angle. He's like, hey, brother, I saw you again, right? I was like, hey, what are you doing here? He's like, hey, man, I'm sorry for what happened. I got another show for you. And I was like, it's in the city. It's a home game, right? And I'm like, all right. So it's at the African American Cultural Center. It's a tribute to Fillmore Slim, right? You guys know, but for all the white people, he's a famous sex trafficker, all right? So I'm like, look, bro, I don't want to do it. I'm a social worker. I'm conscious. You see the beard. All right, and he sits down there and he's like, it's $1,000. And I was like, hey, those women chose that life. You know what I'm saying? This ain't got nothing to do with me, you know what I'm saying? So I get to the cultural center, right? And it's just nothing but pimps, and it's like cultural as people, and it's like all kind of, it's like black pimp, white pimp, Chinese. It was a Native American pimp. He was like running with bitches. It was crazy, right? So he's sitting down there, right? You'll never hear that on KQED again, right? So everybody at the show was bombing, all because of E40's 100 Racks drink. I don't know if you remember, he had an energy drink. It was an energy drink and it had dead rappers on the can, bed branding, right? So you sit down there, everyone's doing bad, and then it was bad, right? And then the host comes up to me and he says, look, man, you got to save the show. So I go out there, I can start ripping on the crowd, I'm ripping on the pimps, I get a standing ovation, I'm in the back, I'm sitting there with my check, and everyone comes out there and says, hey, Fillmore Slim's coming. And then he comes out and says, hey, where's the fat dude? And I'm like, hey, me, right? And he comes in there with a woman, and he says, look, man, I've been with Richard Pryor. I've been with George Carlin. You're the funniest dude ever. I want to take you on tour. And I was like, thank you, Mr. Slim. And he closes the door and says, if you ever talk like that, me like that again, I'll cut your ass, right? And the woman's like, he'll do it, right? And I said, with what? He takes out a blade longer than a 3-day weekend, right? And I just faint right there, right? All right, thank you very much, you guys. Have a good one.
Hold on. Yeah, no. This real quick. One more time for Cassine Bentley, everybody. Cassine. Hey, we'll get that mic. Did I get it right? You are from San Francisco?
I'm from here.
Okay, from the actual last black. I apologize for pretending to be you.
I'm the last black fat man in San Francisco.
Okay. A little bit of nuance. Love that. This is the audience for nuance.
Yeah. They can all spell nuance, I can tell.
Yes.
There's a black guy named here, and they nuance, you know?
Okay. Real quick, your favorite thing about San Francisco?
Gentrification. No, I'm just joking. No.
You don't want to compete with everybody. No, I get
There's
it.
a walnut creek in the back like, yes.
Okay.
No, the Muni. Yeah.
Underrated.
Yeah. What bus can you just get on for free and everyone's like, yes, you know, it doesn't.
Underrated. And there's like different facets of the Muni too, right? I haven't been here in so long, but there's the bus plus the light rail, right?
Yeah, there's that, the light rail, the cable car, which is like, it'll kill you, you know what I mean?
All right. Thing you hate the most about San Francisco?
Gentrification, right there.
Okay,
No,
all right.
what I hate the most?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna be real with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna Giants fans.
Okay. Say more.
Yeah, I said it. I'll take it there. I'm not afraid of none of y'all.
Okay.
I got paid my $75, you know, and a tote bag.
Are they like too like Patriots fanny teams?
Okay,
Because they won so much.
Let me be real.
or-
I mean new Giants fans, not the old school ones. You know what I
Okay.
mean? These new ones come from like West Bumblefuck, right? And they're there, and they're not even there for the game. They're there for the garlic fries. You know what I mean? And
They're good.
they're okay. They're all right.
Okay. All right. One more time for Kasim, everybody.
Thank you.
That's Kasim, Kaseem Bentley. Y'all ready for some more comedy? Make some noise. Okay. We got some East Bay representation with this next comic. He's from Oakland. He's the host of the local Don't Tell Comedy, one of the biggest comedy shows in the world. And he has a new comedy special called Black Excellence. Please clap it up for the very funny Marcus Howard.
Hey, what's up, San Francisco folks? How we doing? Doing good, yeah? Awesome. I'm gonna tell y'all a story about one of the wildest things I ever saw on BART. I love BART, dude. BART is amazing because it's like the great equalizer, you know? Like on BART, you see all walks of life. You can see crackheads, you can see businessmen, you can see businessmen smoking crack, you know? It's a beautiful place, you know? One particular time, right, I got on the BART at, 19th Street Station, right? I'm sitting there, I'm having a good day. Get to 12th Street Station. A dude walks onto the train, and he has a speaker and a microphone. And I'm sitting there, and I'm going, oh, shit, here we go, right? Because those of you that laugh, you guys know that what's about to happen is an act of terrorism, okay? Yeah, because what just walked onto the train is an entity known as a BART rapper, okay? To be a BART rapper, you need to have three things. You guys need to be unemployed, you need to have a dream, and you have to have no idea how to follow that dream, okay? Right? So this guy, he steps on the BART, and I treat BART rappers the same way that you would a dinosaur in Jurassic Park. You just be real smooth, you know? You don't say anything, don't make no eye contact, you're basically invisible. But this guy, he gets on the train and he starts off, he goes, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I will be performing for you today. I'm gonna do some music. I go by the young, humble trillionaire, and this dude is none of those things, okay? So he starts rapping for a little bit, and it's terrible. It's some of the worst shit I've ever heard. It's so sad. But then we get to the West Oakland station, and then I'm sitting there and watching this dude, he's rapping. Another dude walks onto the train holding a speaker and a microphone. So the guy gets onto the train, he stops, he takes a look, they both lock eyes, and now there's a Mexican standoff happening here, right? I swear to God, it was like real silent. They were just staring at each other. I saw a tumbleweave pass through, right? And the dude, the trillionaire, he goes, hey, bro, I got this car right now. And the other dude, he was on some different type of timing because he went, fuck you, this is my train now. Right? And so the two are arguing back and forth, and trillionaire says, fuck it. He turns up his music, and then he just starts rapping over the dude. The other dude, he starts rapping too, and he turns up his music even louder. And just for context, we are in a tunnel underneath the ocean right now. Right? So these dudes are going back and forth. They're having a duel right now, right? And then finally, trillionaire says, fuck it. He throws down his mic, and then he starts fighting with the dude. And they're going back and forth. They're pushing bam, here, they're hitting. And here's the thing. While trillionaire lacks in musical ability, he makes up in hands, you know? So he just starts wailing on the dude, right? And then we finally pull up to Embarcadero Station, and then Trillionaire picks the dude up, throws him off the train with this stuff, and then the doors close, and then he continues to rap for like 4 more stops. And then afterwards, I'm starting to get to my stop, and he goes, all right, everybody, that's been your performance for tonight. My Venmo is young, humble trillionaire, and then I Venmo request him for mental damages, you know? Yeah, and that's the story about the craziest thing I ever saw on BART, you guys. Thank you.
One more time for Marcus Howard. One more time for Marcus Howard. All right. So from Oakland, we're just gonna say, let's just keep it positive for this one. What do you love about Oakland the most?
I love the culture, the people, the food, the lake, dude. The lake is one of the best parts of Oakland. You see some of the most beautiful things there. The drummers every weekend. Saturday at the lake in the summer is unbeatable. Everybody needs to go. Seriously, check it out.
I feel like I've seen half this crowd here at the drum circle in front of the lake. Person, this is a very
Yeah, I'm getting more Berkeley drum circle from this audience.
You know what? Nuance.
Yeah.
One more time for Marcus Howard.
All right.
Thank you, brother. I said Bay Area music. I kind of forget that Tupac is from the Bay, but he claims it. It's all good. I apologize. I don't know. He lived here. Yeah. We'll take Tupac. We'll take any wins we can in the Bay Area. All right, y'all ready for some more comedy? Make some noise. All right, up next, you've seen her at basically every single Full Circle comedy show we've done in the Bay. She's hosting Yoshi's, one of the most legendary venues in the Bay Area in July 22nd. Clap it up for the very funny Tammy T.
What's up? All right. Oh, my God. Listen, I'm going to get straight to the point. All right, because I was minding my business the other day. You don't know me. I was minding my business, okay? I was sitting in my car, scrolling through Instagram, looking at the booties. Yeah. I happened to look out my window, and this man had his dick out. That's right. That's what I thought. That's not what I had planned on seeing when I left the house. I wasn't like, ooh, I want to see a dick today. I didn't say that. But here it is in broad daylight. This man got his dick out, and he's trying to pee on the tree. And he can't reach the tree with the pee, but he trying. And I was like, that's nasty. And now I'm trying to figure out why I'm so fascinated with this man with his dick out trying to pee on the tree. And he can't. So then he stopped. And I was like, good, that's over. But he shook it real hard. And more came out. And I said, wow, I didn't know that's how that worked. I wasn't aware that's how that worked. Because for ladies, it don't work like that for us. We can't be in there trying to shake it. You're going to look stupid. So then he stopped again. And I was like, cool, it's really over. But he shook it one more time. And a lot more came out. And then I said, I don't want to drink what he drank. That don't seem comfortable. So he put it back in his pants, and then he did like this. And he walked into the department store, and I was like, that's nasty, because he's going to touch everything with his pee-pee hands. And then I always think about this microphone. I couldn't wipe it off. And I don't know what type of dick juice is on this microphone. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That dick juice gets inside of me, and I can't be the strong lesbian I was raised to be. This nasty microphone. I like her laugh. No, so, you know, men get mad, you make their woman laugh like that. Well, they don't like that shit. They don't like that shit. It's a man over there right now. You don't know this bitch, do you? I don't like the way you did. Ain't that damn funny? They get upset. Tell a story. I burnt this boy's hair. I did. I was a good kid. I just did bad things. I set this boy's hair on fire because he said I wouldn't. What? He said, no, you won't. I said, yes, I will. He said, no, you won't. I said, yes, I will. He said, I dare you. Challenge accepted. Okay. I lit that he had the little tail hanging down. It was like a candle wick, boy. He was on fire, worse than Los Angeles. So I was like, uh-oh. I went too far. That was too soon. With too many white people. Somebody lost the house. I think somebody pull yourself up from your bootstrap. You gonna be all right, okay? Your daddy left you a trust. All right, I gotta get out of here. You guys have been fun. But listen, I wanna let you know, my name is Tammy T. Love. Please follow me on Instagram @TheRealTammyT.Love. I will be headlining, not hosting, I will be headlining Yoshi's Jack London Square on July 22nd. Please come see me out. Thank you for having me, Full Circle. You guys have a good night.
Yo, clap it up for Tammy T, everybody. Clap it up for Tammy T. My apologies. She's headlining, not hosting. One more time for Tammy. All right, we're going to keep it a little bit more positive this time. If there was one thing about the Bay Area you could change, and why, that's my KQD podcast voice, what would it be?
I'm going to be kind because it is a lot of white people here.
Okay.
I would like for the black people and the Mexicans to come back.
Fair request.
I mean, I just want some real Mexican food. When I go to a Mexican restaurant, I don't want squash in my burritos. I just, you know what I'm saying? I want the people in the kitchen not to speak English. I want it to be dirt on the ceiling. And I want it to be an angry fat lady in the kitchen in the back yelling at everybody that don't speak English to get it right. That food is gonna be good.
That's the real DEI that we need.
That's
One more
right.
time for Tammy. All right, you ready for next comedian? Make some noise. All right. This next brother is very funny. He actually did our very first Full Circle at Lake Merritt. He got his master's from NYU, ladies and gentlemen. He's hella smart and happens to be one of the funniest comics in the Bay Area. Clap it up for the very funny Ahmed Abdelrahman. What's up? Oh, there we go. Hell yeah, there we go. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Hell yeah. Oh man, I should have wore a better outfit. Oh my god. They were like, "Hey, why are you wearing sweats?" I'm like, man, it's Thursday, and then I should have done better. My bad. I apologize. Like, if you want to give me some time, I'll go change. Like that. Like I thought, gray on purple on whatever this is would work, and now I'm like, damn, I should I don't know, clean the toilets here or something. Like I don't know. What's up? How we doing, KQED? Good? All right.
Hell yeah, man. I'm glad to see that there's at least 5 black people here. That is dope. I'm so glad to see you guys. Hell yeah, man. This story's for everybody, actually. It doesn't matter what color you are. This is a very important story I need to tell you. I know it's 2025, but I knew 2020 was going to suck on December 31st, 2019 at 12 o'clock. Midnight, well, 11:59 because it was still, you know what I mean. All right, New Year's Eve, like the last minute of New Year's Eve, that's when I knew it was gonna suck. All right, this is what happened. I was doing some shows in San Francisco, and they were going great. There were some great shows, amazing shows, right? And after the shows, there was an after party happening at the venue, and there was this lady that like saw me, and she really loved my set. She really loved my comedy, and she was looking for me through the party. And she found one of my friends. She was asking about me. She was like, yeah, I just want to take him home. I want to take care of him. I want to be his mama. She was saying all this shit. And just, disclaimer, she was also a very old white lady. But she looked good for her early 80s, like really good, which is... And that's saying something, because no offense, white women, but you guys age like berries. And you open the container, you're like, how's there mold already? I haven't left Trader Joe's. I'm still here. Like, what? I gotta put it back. Oh, there's mold in this too. What the fuck, man? So she looked good for her early 80s, you know. Like she found me in the party, and then she was dancing with me. And this is also like, here's the thing about me. I'm like, when it comes to I don't really have a type. If you want me, I want you. All right, like us. Look, there's plenty of fish in the sea, and I got bait for everybody. All right, like who? If you want to bite, go ahead. All right, as simple as that. Okay, you know. And so. We were dancing, it was a good time, and then, she invited me back to her place. She was like, we can go back to my place, get in the hot tub, and smoke some weed. And I'm like, oh, shit, I see where this is going. Hot tub, weed, what? Sex, hell yeah. So we go back to her place in my car. It's a very important story. It's a 2018 Toyota Corolla, a very nice car to have. We go back to her place in my car, a 2018 Toyota Corolla, and when we get there, she has a hot tub. And I don't have any swim trunks, so I wasn't prepared for this, But she was like, oh, you can get naked. I don't mind. And I'm like, oh, shit, I see where this is going. Naked, hot tub, weed, obviously sex, of course, So we're in the hot tub for about 10 minutes. It's getting hot and heavy because that's how hot tubs work. I don't know if you guys have been in one, but they get hot and heavy. And so after a while, we smoke a little bit of weed. I decided to make a move, and I went in for a kiss. And then she stopped me, and she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to give you the wrong idea. I just wanted to give you a place to stay for a night because I thought you were homeless. And I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what made you think I was homeless? And she was like, well, you wore sweats to the show. And I'm just kidding. No, this is what she really said. She was like, well, when you went on stage, I saw your comedy set. You said you were African. And I was like, oh, my God, he needs my help. And I was like, who the fuck are you, Sandra Bullock? Like, what is this? The Blind Side? Like, what? I was like, yeah, we drove here in my car, a 2018 Toyota Corolla. And she was like, I know, it's a very nice car for you to live out of. I'm like, what the fuck? I was so goddamn mad, man. This is how my 2020 started, all right? I couldn't go back. I was there. It was over. That's how my year started, man. You don't understand how mad I was to eat breakfast next to the other black kids she adopted in San Francisco the next day. I stayed. I wasn't going back. I was like, I'm here. Fuck it. I'm your son now. Help me join that football team. I want to be in the Ravens. I was so mad, man. I never forgave her for that. Everything that happened in 2020, I blamed it on her. When Kobe died, I called her up. I was like, this is your fault, Agnes. We only had, oh, man. Here's what made me really mad about that. She didn't say anything until I took off my clothes. I'm like, what the fuck? Is that what did it? You were like, yeah, never mind. I'm a grower, not a shower. I shouldn't have said that. This is on TV. Fuck. Well, it's fine. No, people are watching Netflix. Anyways, no. But I blamed everything on her, and I held that in. I was so mad at her for years. I'd never let that go for a very long time. I was so mad at that white lady, but I decided to finally let it go this last year. I had to let it go because I did spend the last year homeless in New York. So honestly, I think she was just a fortune teller. All right, I think she was on to something. She's like, you're gonna get your master's degree and then go back to living in this car, and she was right. All right, guys, that's me. Clap it up. I'm done. I am done. Keep it going for Jonathan. There we go.
One more time for Ahmed, everybody. One more time for Ahmed. So He's my Bay Area brother. He also was in New York for a little bit, as we mentioned, graduating from grad school in New York.
Yeah. I need a job. Can anybody help me out?
Yeah. What did you study again?
I actually went to 3 schools. I went to College of Alameda, got AA Communications, SF State Broadcasting, and then NYU, a master's in dramatic writing. I write scripts.
The biggest.
Yeah.
Amazing. You were in New York for 2 years, was it?
3.
3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you were in New York, what were the things about the Bay Area that you missed the most?
Good Mexican food. Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So, side note, my uncle visited from Sudan to New York. He escaped the war that's going on there. First time ever in America. I took him to go get some Mexican food in New York, and he went right back to Sudan. He was like, "This is horrible. You'd rather face a genocide than to eat that shit." Like, that's how bad it was.
What?
It's a true story. He gave up his green card. He's like, "I'll deport myself. Bye."
He took the 1K. Oh my God! One more time for Ahmed, everybody.
Hey, give me a job.
All right, we have 3 more amazing comics. Y'all ready for more comedy? Make some noise. In the line of what we just talking about, this next comic is from Oakland. She's on a hilarious web series on Amazon Prime. She's an actress. She's a comedian. She's a storyteller. Clap it up for Venus, everybody. Clap it up for Venus.
What's up with it, y'all? How y'all doing? Ooh. This crowd is, Ooh. Lacking a little melanin. Raise your hand if you got melanin. There we go. Some of y'all didn't raise it all the way, so I know exactly who you are. Okay. What's up with it, y'all? I'm gonna just get this shit started because I'm sweating, my titties are hot, and I don't know. Anyway, so hello, my name is Venus. I am from East Oakland, California. Y'all know what I mean? Whoop, can I get a yee? Okay, cool. Y'all know where we at. All right, so boom, I'm about to tell y'all. So, April 1st, 2006, I was in the 6th grade. Nope, I'm a liar. I was in the 8th grade. I got held back. It don't even matter. So, my mom bought tickets for me and my big sister, who is my daddy's oldest daughter. I'm my mama's only child. My daddy got 1,000 kids, but whatever. So she bought tickets for us to go see Marcus Houston, Pretty Ricky, and all of them. Some of y'all know who they are. Some of y'all don't, okay? Grind on me. Anyways, it don't even matter. So we're supposed to be going to this show. Now, my mom was like, go spend the night with your sister. Go spend time with your sister. Okay, cool. I'll go spend time with my sister. My sister, mama, live in Richmond. Okay, I'm an Oakland girl, but I'm not scared of I ain't scared of Richmond. You feel me? So go to Richmond, right? Spending the night in Richmond. Her sister, my big sister's little sister, and her cousin wanted to go to a party. Cool. They like, it's a Vans party. Mind you, Vans, the sneaker. Some of y'all know, some of y'all don't. But it's the sneaker. And at this time, again, it is the hyphiest part of the hyphy movement, which is 2006. So it makes sense. You know, got my Vans on, but they look like sneakers. So it makes sense. I go to school in Berkeley. It's all good. I get it, right? So my sister takes us to go get clothes. We go get outfits. I get some gauchos. For those who don't know what gauchos are, gauchos are like big pants, but they stop right here above your knee. So I had some of those, a cute little shirt, and then I got these little skippy shoes that tie around my ankle, right? So, boom, I'm cute, we cute. We get dropped off at Del Norte BART station in El Cerrito. We waiting at the BART station. I'm thinking we about to walk into the BART station to get on the BART. Some man pick us up in a van. I don't know who this man is. Have no fucking idea. But, you know, I'm with them, so fuck it. We mob, right? San Leandro. We're supposed to be going to San Leandro, right? On our way to San Leandro, we get to MacArthur, the exit. Raise your hand if you know where Mills College is in Oakland. Okay, boom. A lot of people know. All right, we get off on that exit. This ain't fucking San Leandro, y'all. Like, this ain't nowhere near San Leandro, actually. and my granddad lived on Seminary, so I know the area pretty well. So my antenna is up, but not all the way. I'm not really, I'm fucking 16. I ain't thinking shit about it, right? I'm just like, oh, there's my granddad's house. Girl, what the fuck? You should have got out the car then. So we get dropped off on 50th and Bancroft. Some of y'all don't know where that's at, and that's okay. That is A-okay. You don't need to go over there, okay? White lady over there, I know you don't know where it's at, and that's okay. You don't go there, never, all right? So we get there, we get out the car. These girls are green, okay? And I mean lime green. For some of y'all that don't know what green means, you don't know shit. You're naive, okay? They live in Richmond. I live in Berkeley, but I am from Oakland, and I be in Oakland. I understand this life a little bit different than they do. Green as hell. They lime green, I'm dark forest green. It's this, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no... So we get out the van, and we walking up to this janky-ass apartment complex that looked real scary. I'm like, all right, we about to go up in this bitch. You feel me? I'm like, I can't even... Remember, y'all, I got on these skippy little shoes. I got on, like, gauchos. They're light color. I got on a turquoise shirt, white jacket. I look like I am with them. I look like I don't know no better, right? We go upstairs, we get up in the party. Before we get in the party, some nigga with some locks and a black hoodie. Back at that time, them black hoodies were dangerous, okay? So automatically, he's like, yeah, y'all gotta pay Dub to get in. Dub is $20 for those who don't know what Dub is. So I'm like, they paid $20. And I'm like, you didn't make the dudes pay before us. And he looked me up and down. He's like, man. And so I go in, right? They wasn't charging at the door. Just some random ass man said, give me $20. Like, what the fuck? You feel me? So we get inside. I don't know none of these people. You know what I'm saying? But then I happen to see somebody I know. You ever go in a room and you just uncomfortable? And then you see one person you happen to know, but you don't know them like that, but you been in the same rooms together. So, hey girl, how you doing? Yeah. So I felt good, a little bit better than before. So once I get into the space of, all right, we here. Supposedly, the cousin of the sister is supposed to be meeting some man. I don't know nothing about this. She gets upset. She goes outside. Come to find out, the man she was meeting had a girlfriend. The girlfriend's there with all her cousins. Ooh, bitch. So, we leave. We go out the party. We there all of 10 minutes, y'all. 10 fucking minutes. We get downstairs. We're walking. Now, Bancroft is right here. I think Foothill is right here because it's a really weird triangle of a street, right? So we start walking up to the store. We get to the store. She's upset. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, well, y'all, let's just start walking towards my granddad's house. I just know where my granddad's house is. I know where it's safe, bitch. That's all I know, right? Let's get to safety because I just don't feel right now. So we get out, we about to walk out the store, but she's trying to get something. This bitch got a $100 bill. What are you doing walking around with a $100 bill in your titty? I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is she pulled the $100 out, and the next thing you know, somebody walked by, snatch it. So she goes out, and now everybody that was in the party is outside. I am panicking because I don't know what's going on. They go out, she goes outside to get her $100 back. I think she's stupid. I want to stay inside with Habibi. You know what I'm saying? But my sister cousin go outside. I go outside. Next thing I know, I just hear, there that bitch go. She stole my phone. I don't know who they talking about. They can't be talking about me. But I felt somebody try to grab my bitch. I'm gone, right? I take off running down 50th, right? I'm out of there. Boo, 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 out of there. Head back. You're not supposed to run like that, but fuck it, right? Remember the shoes I got on, y'all. The skippies. The shit is at my ankle. I'm flopping as I'm running. I'm trying to get there, bro. So, next thing I know, I get tackled into a fence by the nigga that charged $20 at the door. Tackled into the fence. The nigga is like, get on her. And I'm like, I look back and the girls is approaching. I'm like, I have no choice. What's up? So I start fighting, right? I start fighting. I don't know what happened. All I know is I end up on the ground because a man hit me, right? So now I'm getting stomped out by men and women. Right, that's fucked up. I know, girl. Getting stomped out by men and women, and then an angel comes out of nowhere. Come to find out, it's the girl that was in my class. What y'all doing, y'all? Y'all can't do this. Da, da, da. She cool. She hella cool. She helped me with my homework. So I get up off the ground. She helping me up, and I'm like, okay. But then they still tripping. They still trying to get on me. Another angel comes out of nowhere. It's a man that was in the apartment down the stairs. He's like, yo, what the fuck y'all doing? Everybody gets scared. I don't know who this man was, but he must have been that guy because nobody bothered him. He took me in the house, cleaned me up, got the blood off my face because I was definitely leaking. And I was leaking from my nose and my coochie. I peed on myself. And then he let me call my big sister. My big sister is like, well, where the fuck is Aisha at? I don't know. Them hoes left me, y'all. I didn't know where they was. My sister come to pick us up. She picked me up first. We get down the street to find the cousin and the sister. She like, I didn't know what to do. They was holding us at knife point. Bitch, your big ass wasn't getting held at knife point. So you telling me you just watched me get jumped. Okay, so the bottom of the story. I don't wear nice shoes to the parties no more. And I got a lot of trauma when it comes to going to parties. So I don't go out in East Oakland. I don't even go out in Oakland in general to private parties because I got jumped and got my ass beat. Thank y'all. My name is Venus.
One more time for Venus, everybody. One more time for Venus. All right. If you want to, we're going to mix it up real quick. Who's somebody in this world that you miss and you want to say hi to? We on KQD Live right now. Yeah, we live stream. If you want to just give somebody some love real quick, just anybody, just give somebody some love real quick. Give them a real Bay Area shout out.
Man, you know what I mean? I'm talking about my mama. Hey, mama. She don't even know I'm here right now, but that's okay. Hey to my mama. Hey to my friend. Janae, she up in LA. Hey, sis, she bought a ticket online or whatever. Acacia somewhere. She might be in Mexico. Hi, Acacia. I'm a child. I'm very childish. And yeah, you guys, thank you for listening to my weird-ass story. I appreciate it.
One more time for Venus, everybody. Thank you so much. All right. This is hilarious. This is a hilarious example of a Bay Area song. I forgot about Keisha Cole. One more time for Mellis. He's doing a lot of different types of Bay Area representation musically. All right, up next, we're reverse gentrifying San Francisco. So we have a comedian from New York City. Clap it up for the Northeast New York. Okay. Been living in the Bay, killing it all over comedy clubs, Cobb's, everything in the whole Bay Area. You've seen him on Fox. You've seen him on TV. Now you're seeing him on KQD Live. Clap it up for the very funny Joe Hill.
Hey. Give it up for the DJ over there. Show him some love. Over there working. How y'all feeling? Listen, I'm going to get right into it. Where's my parents at? Parents, clap it up right now. I need y'all right now. I'm going through some nightmares here in the Bay. As you know, inflation is hitting our pockets. It's hitting me hard. Daycare is whipping my ass. Let me just get that out the way. I got a 15-year-old and a 4-year-old. Yeah, don't woo. Help me with them. I need help. Especially that 4-year-old, man. Daycare, it's $1,400 a month for daycare. And he only go 3 days a week. I know. I'm like, he better be a black belt in dunking by the end of the month. Like, what's going on? And then daycare is one of them things, you know, as a father, you be like, where's the bang for the buck going, right? You pay attention to the signs when you show up to daycare to pick up your kid, and you be like, oh, this is all a scam. Right? As soon as you walk through the door, the first thing you hear is that cough from in the back. That kid needs to be home. Whose son is that? You got to be careful when you're going to pick your kids up. Sometimes you got kids that's trying to leave with you that's not even yours. They just want to go home. I be trying to leave my son. This little white girl grabbed my other hand and tried to scoot out with me and my son. I said, Katie, if you don't get your ass inside, I'm from New York. That's a felony where I come from, girl. And And you got to be careful with daycare. Everybody's sick. These kids, they like terrorists. They bringing home natural-born diseases every night. Y'all think I'm bullshit? My son came home with something called the hand, foot, and mouth disease. I thought it was fake. I Googled it. It's a real thing. But the symptoms is just straight out, plain simple. Your hand, foot, and your mouth gonna be jacked up. Like, it's like you're gonna have the chickenpox cousin all over your body. It's crazy. And it's Mother's Day, right? It's Mother's Day weekend. Clap it up for all the moms in here. That's right. That's right. I had my mom come visit me in the Bay recently, man. And it's interesting because when your parents come visit you or, stay with you under your rules, your house, it's a different mind thing that happens with you because you start to think about when you was a kid. I'm raised in the Bronx, New York, born and raised. I had a single black mother, 3 boys. Single mother. I know she watching right now. She gonna whoop my ass after I tell this joke. Single, strong black mother. So a lot of times you would just be coming into stuff and you come into the house one day and she just look at you and just say something like, I brought you in this world. I'll take you the hell out. And I'm like, I'm 10. Why are you telling me this right now? Who hurt you? What's going on? So, I'm thinking about that, and especially little things like, you couldn't have company in New York City. Mom's like, no, you don't gotta have no company. No video games. I'm like, what is this, a concentration camp? Why we can't play video games around here? You try to stay over somebody's house? She's like, you can't do that. You got a bed right upstairs. What you need to stay over somebody's house for? So when she said she coming to the Bay to see the kids, I said, dang, this is my time to get her back. I don't know how, but I got to do this, right? I got to do this. First night, too, she come knocking on my door, late night, knocking. Hey, baby, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm going into the city to hang out with some friends. Do you mind if I get a spare key? I said, whoa, I had to come out my room and close my door. I said, hold on a second. Let's just get under a little stand-in real quick before you hang out with your little friends. Right? Because that's what they used to do to us, your little friends. First of all, we don't give out keys to strangers. You just got here just a couple days ago, okay? Second of all, you need to be home when that street light come on in Berkeley, right there. Good night, and I slammed the door in her face and went to bed. She was mad, too. Couple nights later, here she comes. She come knocking again. She knocking. And if you familiar with the Bay, that wind chill factor come off that water, and it get a little chilly in the Bay. She come knocking. She like, hey, baby, it's a little chilly in the front of the house. Do you mind cutting the pilot on and heating up the house? I said, whoa. Let's just get an understanding of shit real quick. First of all, we don't put the thermostat past 50 degrees on the West Coast. Okay? And honestly, if you cold or something, you need to put a hoodie on and some socks and go in the front room. Good night, and I slammed the door in her face again. I said, I know she mad. So now it's like her last night. I'm getting ready to take her back to the airport. We ride in the car. She quiet, y'all. Like her feelings is hurt. I'm like, man. I'm like, you all right over there? She's like, yeah, I'm all right, I had fun in the Bay. I got to see my grands and the family. But I just felt limited the whole time I was out here. I felt like I couldn't be myself. And I knew where she was going. And I had to stop her in her track. I said, hold on a second now. I stopped the car, put it in park. I said, hold on. Let me explain something to you. I brought you in the Bay, and I'll take you the hell out. My name is Joe Hill. Y'all have a good night.
Time for Joe Hill, everybody.
Hey.
One more time for Joe Hill. As I mentioned, from New York, lives in the Bay. We're doing the opposite whole thing.
Yes, sir.
I like my flat top better, but
You look like J. Cole. Anybody ever told you that?
No. J. Cole's biracial. Don't do that to me.
Okay.
I'm just East African. Anyways, from New York, live in the Bay.
Yeah.
All right. I love both places. I feel very blessed. Oakland and Brooklyn, there's a connection. There's a few cities. But what are some things you miss about New York the most now that you've been in the Bay for so long?
Honestly, just the hometown love. When you go home, you see your friends and family and things like that. A lot of time being across the country, some people see it as like a thing you being away. But I think with growth and life, just missing those old things. But growth is good. So being on the West Coast has been one of the best things in my life, honestly. So
yeah, nobody can gas you up better than your third cousin.
Exactly.
Be like, yo, big man.
Exactly.
No, that's real. One more time for Joe Hill, everybody. Thank you so much.
Appreciate y'all. Shout out to my kids watching, especially the 4-year-old. Go to bed. Y'all have a good night.
All right, thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you. All right, we have 2 more comedians. All ready for your last 2 comedians? Make some noise. Up next, this is a personal honor of mine to invite this next brother. One of Oakland's best people, one of the biggest representative of the Lake Merritt. He's the only person banging Lake Merritt in all of the Bay Area, actually from there. He's one of the co-founders of the 510 Day. He's a storyteller. He's a comedian. One of the realest niggas I know. Clap up for Leon Sykes.
What's going on? Ooh, hello. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? I want to talk about the best time of my life, one of the greatest moments of my life. We're going to go back and past a little bit. We're going to go back about 15 years ago. It's 2010. It's Oakland, California. And at this time, Oakland was still hella black. And a lot of folks came out to the city. They weren't going to party in Oakland. It was really for like a lot of folks in that area. And around that time, the new parish was just opening up. So I'm giving y'all some backstories, right? And before the new parish officially opened up, there used to be these secret ass shows with Dave Chappelle there. And hella people used to go. I ain't had no money, so I couldn't go. I was broke. So eventually, there was this amazing event that showed up there called Monday Soul. So if you know, make some noise. Monday Soul, come on now. So Monday Soul was a live R&B series for up-and-coming artists all through the Bay Area. Action, shout out London Land, hello. And so at Monday Soul, you had all these performances, and it was really dope. But in 2010, something really special happened. It was August 2010. And Dave Chappelle was in there. And I'm the host of Monday Soul. At this time, I'm this young milk mustache punk, about 25 years old. I don't know how to host parties. I don't know what I'm doing. I am drunk on stage. I'm over there falling over. I'm like, hey, come up next, we got Mellis Wade. And they had to tell me, like, calm down. We need you to learn. And so Dave Chappelle's here, and I'm freaking out. Like, this is a guy I've been watching my whole goddamn young life into now. And they're like, hey, we got some performances coming, and Dave Chappelle, he might come up, he might say something. And at this time, Ron Dellums is leaving office. He's leaving office, and he says, I'm not rerunning. So there's going to be a new person running for mayor. And at this time, there's 15 motherfuckers running. I mean, like 15 people were running. And this night, we decided to have some of the candidates come on stage at 10 o'clock at night to talk about why they're running. Here's a fun fact about 2010. Four Loko still had ecstasy in it. It still had caffeine in it. And when you drank it, you were horny. Also, the new parish had this song, this drink called the Parish Punch that had ecstasy in it, caffeine, and you got horny as hell. What's funny is a lot of people in here were there during that time. You know what I'm saying? And luckily, you know, some of our swimmers wasn't swimming. You know, we've been 5 years later, we were shooting. But anyway, so we're there, and you have, I'm talking about when they say we brought anybody up, we had a guy there that is notoriously getting kicked out of clubs for drinking, like overly drinking, getting carried out. He's running for mayor. You say, let me tell y'all about why I should be your next mayor. So we're like, no, like, that's all bad. So we go through all those, and then we bring out Dave Chappelle. And we have this singer, Mimi. She's singing a song for Dave Chappelle. Do you remember that? You don't remember that, huh? Because you was drinking that Four Loko. And so Mimi sings the song, and they're like, all right, so my stage name is D-Nas. D-N-A-S. D-Nas. So they say, all right, D-Nas, like, we need you to get Dave off the stage. We want to make sure that we get on with the show. It's about 11:30 now. We got about 2 hours left. So I'm like, cool. So I'm standing to the side, and Dave's like, all right, Oakland, I love y'all. I've been out here for a few years. And so I'm like whispering, like, all right, Dave, I'm gonna come get you off stage. He goes, nigga, what? The hell you say? I'm like, no, I'm gonna come get you. We're gonna do a transition. He goes, nigga, what's your name? And I was like, oh, I'm D-Nas. Like, I'm gonna come get you. So he looks at the stage and said, all right, y'all, coming up stage, next is your motherfucking council member, D Nasty. Because this is the type of niggas we got running Oakland. And I sat there and I was embarrassed, even though D Nasty was the name I had. Like Cedric Tanner said, couldn't be a grown man being called delicious. So I changed it to D Nas. But him calling me D Nasty, I was like, God damn, I really gotta just stick to D Nas. And that, for me, was one of the greatest times of my life, to be able to be on stage with Dave Chappelle, be made fun of, and everybody loved it. It's on video somewhere, and I'm gonna repost it because I need some money. Thank y'all.
No, I got you. No, we'll share. We go back. I was in those old school New Parish days. Oh yeah. Right. So when I think about nightlife during that period, I graduated college 2011. Yeah. I was living with Dog A, kicking it with y'all. Yeah. What
story I couldn't tell about that one.
Okay. Is there anything you miss about nightlife? Because he's a host of a lot of legendary music, poetry, neo soul, all types of events. What's something you miss about that post-hyphy, pre-gentrification era? I feel like that's the, you know what I mean? The sweet spot gentrification really is what.
Not for real. It's been a joke about gentrification, but like honestly, the cultural excellence and like how we were able to truly like vibe, to be able to be in the party scene. And like I'm really with my partners and I'm meeting new folks. Like that's the beginning of Twitter too. So everybody was like meeting each other. So like that time, like some of my good friends to this day are cats that I met off Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I know. It's like, oh my God. But 15 years ago was fire. But yeah, during that, the best part about it was the culture, like just being able to vibe with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like we not popping pills like we used to. We getting drunk. But like we're actually like the music was fire, the energy was fire, and everybody like had their own space, and it all like was a puzzle piece that came together.
Yeah, it was a lot more positive, and it's funny that you're talking about that as far as like even the way that men interacted with each other during that time. There was a lot of dancing together that men did with each other. Even Twitter, it was like one of the few times that men felt comfortable meeting male strangers together. It promoted just a lot of like mental health for men. When I'm in New York and I try, it's like I said, I was talking about the Kendrick album and I'm like peekaboo. I just put in my hand and I try to dance with the homies. They're like, yo, get away from me. They don't feel that Bay Area culture that you helped create. I appreciate you, Leon. Thank you. One more time for Leon. All right. Kaylani, you're keeping it so fucking diverse, fellas. You took this assignment so serious. I love that. I love you, Mellis Wave. I truly do. All right, we have one more comedian. A very special treat. She wasn't even supposed to be able to do this show. She finished another event early just to be able to do this. She's literally one of San Francisco's funniest all-time comedians. She's a regular at the Punchline and all the comedy clubs in San Francisco. Ladies and gentlemen, please clap it up for the very funny Carla Clay.
All right, keep clapping, you guys. Keep clapping. Thank you. I want you guys to know right now I have to bring my purse up here because I don't know nobody, so I'm keeping an eye on my stuff right here. I'm from San Francisco, born and raised here, and I want you guys to know something happened in the Bay Area not too long ago. It happened to all of us. It caused a lot of traffic, all right? Because someone decided that they wanted to jump off the Richmond Bridge, right? And it caused a lot of traffic. I mean, a lot of traffic. It was just, the traffic was ridiculous. But I want you guys to know right now, you can roll off the Richmond Bridge and survive. And I know a couple people in the back looking at me like, Richmond got a bridge? Come on now. And where I live here in San Francisco, I actually had a show to do on that night. So I had to drive to Oakland. Where I live, normally it would take me 26 minutes to drive to Oakland. On that particular Friday, it was a Friday, it was gonna take me 49 minutes. An hour and 49 minutes. An hour and 49 minutes to Oakland? Are you for real? I'm like, I'm not going to make it. So I had to call the booker up and say, get somebody else. I'm not going to make it. The traffic out here is crazy. So he said, Carla, please, you got to make it. I don't have nobody else. I go, oh my God, the only way for me to get to Oakland is to take public transportation. But a week ago, before that incident, I had to go to court. And the judge had ordered me to stay off of public transportation. No, because of some bullshit. Right? But I want you guys to know I made it. I made it to Oakland. I made it. I did 2 shows. I took BART, so now I got to get back on BART to make it back to San Francisco. So, right, I go back to BART. I'm at the Oakland station. I'm looking around. I'm at the 12th Street, right? And I'm looking. Took me 6 minutes to find the San Francisco platform because you have to go downstairs. I didn't know that. There's no signs. I'm thinking, do we need a GoFundMe page for Oakland to put a sign up? So, right, so now I'm on BART. I'm down there waiting for BART, and people in New Jack City is going on the platform. This man is walking around selling 1 shoe. Finally, the train shows up. I get on the train, make it back to San Francisco, and I get off at Civic Center. I know. Somebody should have called and told me. They should have said, you know what? You should have got off at Daly City and walked back. That's what you should have done. But no, I make it up to the street level, people, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? Right, so now I gotta make it down to I gotta go to the 5 Fulton. I gotta get on the 5 Fulton, right? So I gotta make it to Hyde and Macalester. So I'm there by myself, waiting on the bus. I'm on the bus by myself, right? Waiting on the bus. Here come the bus. 5 people come out of nowhere. I don't know where these people came from. They came out of nowhere. So we all get on the bus. We get on the bus. I got my little clipper card. I'm at the little station. I'm paying. 5 people that get on behind me. I'm like, oh, shit. Am I paying for everybody? Right? 3 people go to the front. 2 people go to the back, right? And one man has a wheelchair. He's not in the wheelchair. He's pushing the wheelchair. Now, the muni driver, she has to get out of her seat to lock the wheelchair up. So I go in the back, and people are looking at me like I'm with them. And I'm looking at everybody like, no, I'm not, right? And one guy, he's sitting in the back. He go, he's like, I just want y'all to know. I'm not from here. I don't do what they do. I'm strictly crack cocaine. I'm like, wow. What is going on in San Francisco at nighttime, right? And this man actually has a knife in his hand. He has a knife. He's doing this with the knife. And the bus driver can see this from her seat. So she yells from her seat, do he got a knife? I'm like, yeah, he got a knife. And then she go yell, he gonna need to put that knife away. I'm like, you want me to tell him? Because I'm like, if I say anything to this man, I know I'm going to jail because I'm not even supposed to be on the bus, right? So I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I said, you know what, this is too much. So you know what? I got off the bus. I walked home 10 blocks. 10 blocks. This is at midnight. So by the time I got home, the only thing I wanted to do was get in my car and drive to the Richmond Bridge. Oh, that was crazy because I believe if that person was still there, I was going to push him off. The bridge. That's what I was going to do. Oh, my God. Plus, I want you guys to know, I am famous in Santa Rosa. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah, because they want to put a statue of me up in Santa Rosa. I told them, no, don't do that. I have enough pictures up around the different counties here in the Bay Area. I don't need a picture up in Santa Rosa. You guys, that's my time. Thank y'all very, very much.
One more time for Carla. I know she's from the city for real. She got one of the most comfortable walking shoes available in the county. What's something about old San Francisco that you were blessed enough to be able to experience that maybe some of the people might here may not have?
The Black Panthers.
Oh. I mean, I feel like I know, but just talk about what the Black Panthers were doing in San Francisco.
Free lunches. They used to have a location on the corner of Fulton and Fillmore.
Okay.
It's no longer
Fulton
there.
and Fillmore. Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I damn near.
There's a church. There's a church now. There's a church parking lot on that corner now.
Is that like kind of on the is that on
Right down from what they
Lower
call
Haight-
Alamo
Hales-
Square.
Alamo Square.
Right?
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I used to
But
live,
back in the day, it was not Alamo.
I lived on Fell and Fillmore, but with a guilty conscience. I was right around from the Full House house. I used to wild out in front of those. But I was doing the exact opposite of what the Black Panthers were
Right,
doing.
yeah.
Enough about my tech piracy. More about the
Yeah.
the Black Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
So people know about the free lunch. People know about the activism. What's another cool thing about the Black Panthers that maybe people don't hear enough about?
Well, they did a lot of stuff for the the young kids in the neighborhood. They gave us books to read.
What kind of books?
Of course, black books to read.
Yeah, right. They wasn't giving those out at school at that time.
No, they was not giving.
They
them
was
out.
not giving them out.
They
didn't
gave
want
us a place.
organizing.
They gave us a location. They gave us a place where we could play instead of just being on the streets.
A place where you could be a kid.
Right.
That's beautiful. I'm so happy you got to share your story with us.
They didn't teach us how to load guns, and no, they didn't do any of that. I want people to know that we learned that from our families. Let's get it right. My family from Texas. You got to learn how to load a gun in Texas. We was in the country.
I just want her to keep talking for the rest of the night. Unfortunately,
we gotta go.
do have to close it out. Again, thank you so much for making this work. One more time for Carla Clay. Yo, have y'all had a good time? Make some noise for yourself. It's been such a good way to come back to the Bay Area. We had 8 amazing storytellers. Please clap it up for all the storytellers real quick.